Hi, this is Michael Rony Mullick, and you are watching the pre-market show. So let's look at how the markets are trading now. U.S. markets, we saw yesterday that it was trading strongly in the green, and I said that the closing above in the green is going to be more significant than the current prices. So and exactly that happened. The U.S. markets ended well in the green, and Asian markets opened. They are also trading in the green, borrowing positive sentiments from the US markets, and now everything looks really positive everywhere. And if we look at the level of SGX Nifty, we will see where it is trading. SGX Nifty is trading at 16,788, and at one point of the time it was trading well above 18,000. At it made a high of 18,000 16,817, which is indicating almost a 200 point gap up in SGX Nifty. Now, this looks very optimistic, obviously, but a 200 point gap up is going to be very interesting to see how the markets react to this. And as we have seen that after 16,700 is broken on the upside, we will have a very important resistance level at 16,800 to 850 zones. So markets have tested that zone multiple times in the past. So just to give you an overview of the importance of that level, you can see that the markets have traded around 30th August 21. It broke out from that zone, then it fell 26th November, 29th November. It recovered from that area. It tested that area 21st December, 25th February, again on 14th February, again on 14th of March. So just open up the daily chart and you can see yourself the importance of the level of 16,800 800 to 850 level, how important it is. So right now the markets indicate a gap up opening to that level, and we will see how the markets react from there, if the resistance is taken out at 800 to 850 levels or not. And if that is done, then we can see that the markets have turned bullish for the short term or near term, whatever you say. So that is how the Nifty is looking right now. And Nifty, talking about Nifty on the upside, I told you 700 was an important resistance area. So now if that is broken, we can see further up move. And on the downside, if we look at 16,630 to 16,650 is going to act as an important level of support for Nifty in the short term. And talking about important support, obviously we know 16,400 is going to act as a very important support for the markets. So talking about the market movement, so yesterday's low was almost 16,640, 16,440, and today if the market opens at 16,800, so we will have almost a 400 point swing in Nifty in just a matter of 2 trading days. So that is again a huge movement, but this is kind of the new normal these days in Nifty as well. So this is Nifty, and talking about Bank Nifty, if market opens up 200 gap up with a 200 point gap up, we can expect Bank Nifty to test 36,000 on the upside, so which is again an important resistance for Bank Nifty. So we have to see if the market is able to hold this zone and break out from there 36,000, then that will induce a short covering rally in Bank Nifty, which can propel the Bank Nifty even higher, because open interest wise we see that 36,000 has the highest amount of call writing at present, and then followed by 36,500. So if 36,000 is broken, these call writers will be shifting their positions or maybe selling puts to cover their losses, and that can propel the markets even higher. So on the top side, Bank Nifty, very important level 36,000 is to be watched out for. And on the downside, 35,600 is going to take as a strong support for today, and if that is broken, we can expect the markets to take support around 35,300 to 500 level. So that is Bank Nifty, and as yesterday we talked about Bank Nifty, it was absolutely consolidating within just 200 points despite being an expiry day. So Bank Nifty was looking slightly weaker yesterday because of the major banks like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Kotak Bank, all of them ended in the red. So, and Nifty, the only contributor was Reliance and IT. Reliance contributed more than 70% up move to the Nifty's 105 points, and rest came from IT. So IT stocks look strong because US markets ended well in the green. So talking about US markets, just quickly go through it. S&P 500 1.8 percentage up. Let me show you the 5-minute chart in S&P 500. You can see the amount of up move and the strength it had. So the markets, although opened with a gap down, then we saw continuous recovery, and the markets closing well above the day's opening, actually closing at the day's high, which indicates a very strong trend in S&P 500. Nasdaq, same thing. It opened with a gap down, then it ended at a very strong point of almost close to 12,900. 2.75 percentage up Nasdaq, and Dow Jones also ended very strong. It again at the highest point of the day, 1.33 percentage up. US futures are currently trading in the green, all of them. Nasdaq, S&P 500 and Dow Jones all 0.8, 0.3, 0.9 percentage, 0.08, 0.09 percentage. They're all up. So your US futures look strong. The Asian markets are, despite other than the Hong Kong market, which is again one day it is gap up, one day it is gap down. So Hong Kong market is down 1 percentage. Other than that, Japanese market, Chinese market, Korean market all opened with a gap up, and then they are trading firmly in the green for the last few hours. So Asian markets look strong. European, Asian, US futures are still in the green, and obviously US market ended in the positive. So that can have a good impact on the markets today. That is why we are seeing such a huge up move in SGX Nifty. Talking about sectoral indices, we talked about Nifty IT. So Nifty IT, you can see that in the last 4 days, it did not move much. It was consolidating in this area. So last 4 days, you can see the candles, what big candles, but still the markets did not break out from this zone. So this is going to be acting the Nasdaq, since it opened almost close to 3 percentage up. It will have a strong impact on the IT stocks, and obviously we will be seeing that the IT index outperforming today. And if the banking index also outperforms, IT banks and Reliance also joins the list, then we can expect market to easily end at the day's high, and maybe 16,800 to 850 zone is broken. You never know. So this is Reliance's chart. It was up 3.45 percentage, and it is very close to its all-time high of 28.55.56. So almost 5 percentage from that level. So if that is broken, we can again assume a strong uptrend back in Reliance Industries. So the Reliance, IT, banking, all of them, if they outperform, markets can have a very strong up move. So this is currently the picture of Nifty and Bank Nifty, and I talked about the indices, and talking about other things. The currency dollar index, it is coming down. It was trading higher yesterday, almost close to 102.5, but now it is down to 101.67. USD INR is at the lower range of the level, so 77.3 to 77.8 was the range for the USD INR since 16th of May, but it seems to trade towards the lower end of the zone. So if it comes below 77, it is again another strong indication for the markets, Indian markets especially. So that is good. Talking about crude oil is consolidating at that level of $116, $117 to $116. So that is the nature of crude oil currently. So nothing major there. Crude oil, India VIX, it fell 2.5 percentage yesterday. Now if today we open with a gap up and we do not see some huge selling today, we can expect the VIX to crash 5 to 10 percentage and come way below 20. So that is going to set the mood for a further uptrend. US VIX fell almost 4 percentage yesterday, down at 24.71 is what we see. Now I told you the important levels for the day. Nifty 16,700 will act as a support or resistance if the markets opens with a gap up, and it is sold into. So the first 15 minutes to half an hour is going to be interesting, because whenever we see almost 150 to 200 points gap up, maybe there are sometimes an immediate selling off in the first 15 minutes. So we need to see if that is done. Nifty should hold 16,700. If that is broken, 16,630 to 650 is going to act as a next major support, and 16,400 obviously is the strongest of them all on the downside as the support in Nifty. So let us see. And Bank Nifty's range is 36,000 on the upside. We have discussed this importance so many times. If 36,000 is broken and it is trading above, we can expect the market to move higher. So 36,000 on the upside. On the downside, 35,600. That is yesterday's closing is going to act as an important support in Bank Nifty. So that is how the currently markets are looking. The small cap and mid cap indexes are doing well. So despite the volatility in the overall markets, these are recovering. You can see the bottom made on 26th May. From there, we see a continuous up move in both small cap and mid cap indices. So that is also good. So it is again a broad based rally, which means all the small cap, mid cap, large cap, all of them are participating in the market rally. So that is again a positive indication in the markets. Talking about some economic data that can be will be released today is some Indian related data is going to be coming around 10:30 a.m. So that is not so important. So services PMI, we saw the manufacturing PMI come yesterday. So it is indicating 56.8. That is the forecast, and let's see where it comes. So anything above 50 indicates markets are in a growth, and anything below 50 is so known as markets are in a contraction mode. So hopefully it will be positive. And but the most important data that is going to be announced is 6 p.m. in the evening, that is post market hours. US unemployment rate for the month of May is going to be announced. Now the April month's unemployment rate was a 3.6%. We are expecting the unemployment to fall by 0.1%. 3.5% is the expectation. If the unemployment rate is lesser than that, obviously that is positive for the markets in the US. So we will be looking out for that data as well. So unemployment rate and non-farm payrolls. So how many jobs have been added or reduced. So that is also being announced at 6 p.m. So we will be keeping a track on that. So with that, let me end the pre-market show here. We have discussed the important levels and also the important data, economic data that is going to be released today. So with those, I will be returning for tonight's post-market show at 11 p.m. in the evening, and where we will discuss whatever things has happened in the market and whatever data was released and what it means for the market. And also today, since it is a Friday, so there will be some kind of position profit booking or position. People will try to close their positions above before the weekend. So that kind of thing is always there in the markets. So exercise caution in the last half of minute. I mean, around 1 hour, last 1 hour of the trade, and also the FII selling, which aggravates towards the end. Although it did not come yesterday because of short covering, and participation of FII was also very less yesterday, but today it is going to be important to see the last half an hour to 1 hour of trade, because people would like to square off their positions and again take fresh positions on Monday. So that is because of the weekend ahead. So with that, we will discuss the important levels and the things, how the markets have traded at the post market show today. So with that, I will end my pre-market show here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.